you're not going to be able to just drop into your body and hear these perfect, clean cues, right? Like it's just not possible. It's just not. And so not being able to do that is not that you are broken, that there's something wrong with you. It's setting you up, right? It's setting you up to be re-traumatized, right? It's putting you into survival mode. Right? It's like, how can we expect that when we spent years disconnecting from our bodies, that like the solution to feeling freedom is to just follow our body's cues when like we don't even know how to do that, right? It's like getting into a car and someone says to like a 10-year-old drive the car, and no one's ever like told, it's like, first of all, 10-year-olds too young to drive a car, right? Because they haven't learned enough, right? So that's not the starting point, right? They have to come to a certain age and they have to take a class. Then they have to learn the features of the car. Only then can it feel like natural for them to drive. Okay. It's just like, it's the same thing with intuitive eating. You don't just intuitively eat, you have to build to intuitive eating. Because if no one ever modeled body trust for you, if your hunger was shamed, if your fullness was ignored, if you were praised for being disciplined and quiet and small, then trusting your body never felt intuitive. And what happens after years of dieting, binging, control, emotional eating, your nervous system starts to interpret even normal hunger as a threat, right? Like it doesn't know what is quote unquote normal. So cravings become suspect, right? Pleasurable foods like indulgence feel unsafe. Fullness feels like, oh shit, I must have failed. So of course intuitive eating doesn't feel natural at first, because your body's cues have been distorted by years of noise. Right? This seems like obvious. You can't use intuitive eating as a portal for healing when you've had noise filling the space between you and your connection to your body for decades. Okay, but so here's the reframe. You're not failing at intuitive eating. You're just in the process of reconnecting with a part of you that's been silenced. And it's a process. And it doesn't happen in a week or following or reading a book, right? Or with the perfect hunger fullness scale, right? It's like you can't you can't like quantify this stuff, right? Because before you can just listen to your body, you need to feel safe in your body. You need to be in dialogue with your body. You need to know the language that your body is speaking to you in. And that starts with structure. Okay, that starts with structure. And I know that structure can sound like a dirty word, especially if you're recovering from restriction or disordered eating. But I want you to think of structure not as restriction or as control, but as scaffolding, right? It's scaffolding. Just like you wouldn't ask someone with a broken leg to run a marathon without rehabilitation. Right? You can't expect yourself to intuitively navigate food and eating when your nervous system is still in the survival mode of the addiction to food, eating, and dieting.